Welcome to Hoodway Disability Radio, and this is your host Daniel Hood, and I want to introduce Sherry and Dupree. They attended the Partners in PolicyMaking class, and they want to encourage parents and self-advocacy the importance of joining the course. Please enjoy our show, and thank you for taking interest. And if you want to find out more, please go to our website at www.hoodwave.org. Again, that is www.hoodwave.org. Welcome to Hoodway Disability Radio, and I am now here with Sherry and Dupree and Kari. And so how are you?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, actually. So I'll ask you. Well, there are some questions, but if you have questions for me, I will see if I can answer them. So, you two can actually answer it. You know, it's actually, I think it's both of you, actually. It's, tell us why you applied for the Partners in Policy Making class.
Well, this is Kari. I actually was referred to Partners in Policy Making by an old coworker that has since retired through my full-time job. And I really sat on it for quite a few months. I didn't think I had the time to sign up. And I figured, what do I have to lose? So I got referred in by an old coworker.
Oh, that's good.
Powerful experiences during Partners for me was just really learning all the skills and processes of presenting and communicating with the elected officials and other policymakers, all the tools and resources that we got provided over the 9-month course truly was invaluable information that now we all can go either as self-advocates or advocates of family members, loved ones, children, whatever it is, to go empower those changes and decisions that affect the disability community.
All right, that's good. Wow. So basically, what makes you a stronger advocate for yourself and for your child?
Truly, my son is going to be turning 7 actually in a couple weeks, end of July here. So we started out kind of young, so we haven't really encountered many things in our journey, but I now have all of those tools and resources under my belt to get ahead of the game, essentially, so that I am not scrambling and wondering what to do, where we actually were at one point in our journey when he was in pre-K. Again, just invaluable information that I now have at my fingertips. I can just go through my book and have all that information to help me along this journey.
Yeah, so just be patient. Yeah, because I did hear that your son has attention deficit hyper disorder, and
yep,
so
that's
yeah. So I know a friend that has one. I went to high school, and we ended up being friends. I think I met this my friend probably in 8th grade, 7th grade. Well, we've been friends ever since. And it's been a challenge. I remember the hyperactivity, so be patient. So if anyone tells you anything different, and if your son's active and can communicate, that's just encourage him to not get frustrated. That's the most important.
Absolutely, I can second that.
And so all right. Here. What do you have? So what are your plans for the future?
So I am a recent graduate of the past class of 38. We just graduated in May. So I haven't really done anything quite yet. I do hope to maybe start a nonprofit of some sort in the near future. And I did try to get into a Do Good Now challenge that was involved with the disability community. So I'm just starting out, but those are a couple of my goals I have for the future.
So what recommendations would you make for others to join the Partners in Policymaking class?
Yeah, like I said from the beginning, I was referred by an old coworker, and when I got the information and what Partners was all about, I was nervous that I didn't have the time. I have 2 little kids that are 7 and 8, so I did not think that the 128 hours that we had to put into that class, alongside with the additional work you have after the class, but truly, it's life-changing. You get provided leadership training in life area topics and policies and system topics related to individuals with disabilities, and many other quality principles being part of the program, like diversity, leadership skills, sufficient funding, and so much more. So it's well worth putting that time into for your outcome.
Well, that's good. So, let's go with the Dupree.
Yeah.
So,
Daniel, how you doing?
I'm
on Hood Radio.
Hood Wave Disagree Radio.
You know, so yeah. Finally, people ask me to do Hood Wave and be a co-host to do my own show one day, but I just don't have the time. So come on with the questions now.
Oh, so when you joined, were you frustrated, or were you actually mostly concerned or worried about what the outcome would be?
I wasn't really frustrated. I just wanted to, amplify my voice and, learn my rights, and be a better advocate for myself and others. Just learned about the history and the ancestors and, things like that. But I wasn't frustrated at all. I actually really enjoyed the class. I met a lot of people that, I kind of bond with, so yeah, it's been all right. Whoa. Amplify my voice to make me a better advocate. My main goal is try to staff pay. I care about, not so much of the policies that I really care about with the disability community, but when I have children one day, or things like that, that might be of my interest. But it's just, I use Partners just to amplify my voice and be a better advocate and know my rights. And I'm just focusing on my music, things like that. But I continue the work that I learned at Partners. I carry with me every day. So.
All right. So I would tell you, I actually went to Partners in Policymaking Class 32, and it was a blast.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even my wife, actually, I think she did the class of 37 where you were at Dupree. Her name was Leah Hood.
Yeah. No, actually, I wasn't in that class. I was 36.
36?
Yeah.
Huh.
I was a class before her. So.
Oh, I must have gotten.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have gotten somebody. I must have gotten somebody confused.
Yeah. So.
Well, you got any questions for me?
Nah, it's just thanks for doing the show and interview and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get people excited about Partners and tell them about Partners. I know everybody with the COVID-19, the pandemic, people dropped out, and hopefully they come back when things are getting better right now, in the next session. So, but yeah, Jesus Christ. Sorry, somebody's calling me, and I hate that.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, So yeah, I don't really have any questions, you know. But yeah. Yeah.
I have to agree. COVID. I was in the partners class this last year where COVID affected our class. It was difficult, and like Dupree said, we did lose some people, but kudos to all of us that stuck through it. It was pretty hard.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually when it comes to COVID, it has been tough, and so yeah, we just need to really get the ball going.
Yeah.
Trying to get more people involved, and this is also not just for parents. This is also for the self advocates, people with
Yeah.
to join.
Yeah. Yeah. In the last class, there was very few self advocate people in the last class, and it's okay. Parents kind of with their child. I think it's kind of like the spotlight of the program. Because they want to get their kids through special education, all that type of stuff. But what does advocates want to accomplish in those classes? That, some of those self-advocates do have kids, you know what I mean? But I'm talking about the people that don't have kids that like the self-advocate. So I think the program is really kind of based on parents. It's a parent base. It's like very few self-advocates that come in there and to that program. So I would like to motivate more self-advocates people to be a part of that program and know that they can get the best out of that program too. So that's what I kind of learned from the last class since I've been there. I talked to everybody in there, just seen very few. So I just hope this next class is more self-advocates and kind of diverse, kind of balanced, so they can get a feel of all that type of stuff. So that's what I kind of think. Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is actually my second podcast, really. So this is something new. So
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get myself more relaxed, so I don't sound like a robot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Daniel, can I say some basics about partners?
Yeah, that would be nice, because like I said, I'm fairly new at this, and so I'm gonna need a little help. So if you're able to, that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some real basics are that it is to help parents and also self-advocates be better advocates for themselves or their children. It's held in the Twin Cities at a hotel. There is no cost to this, because a long time ago, maybe 30, 40 years ago, Colleen Wick negotiated with the federal government, if you ever can imagine that, and she won, in that the federal government pays the whole price tag because of she convinced them that a county or a city or a community is much better off when you have better advocates for inmates with disabilities, and people are self-confident and they can speak up for themselves. The class for this next year is going to be about 35 people, and it covers everything from history to individuals understanding options of how to negotiate with the schools, medical community, or the county, as far as what benefits the family is going to be able to get. The class starts in September, but we want people to apply. The due date actually is this Friday, but we're extending it because we want to make sure we have enough people to choose from to make it a good. And the definition of a good class is variety. We want people from all over Minnesota, all different ages, and actually, as I talk to families or parents and ask them what was the most important part, many of them say it's the self-advocates. meeting these self-advocates and realizing they have good lives, and trying to imagine my 5-year-old growing up and having a good life. And many of them said, it gives me hope seeing those self-advocates, getting to know them. And so they really provide a very valuable part of parents being stronger advocates for their kids, having hope for their kids. And it just really has made a difference to them. And I was surprised to hear that. But they began to see, well, this person is 35 years old. My son, my daughter is going to grow up and be that, and I hope they have as good a life as this person has. And people can apply online. Everything is reimbursed. People living in the Twin Cities don't stay overnight in the hotel, but if you come from outside the Twin Cities, you do stay in the hotel. Your expenses, like childcare or your travel expenses, are reimbursed. And even if the advocate needs an assistant or someone to come with them, possibly they're blind or they have poor hearing and or they're in a wheelchair and they really need some assistance, then the assistant, their expenses are paid too. Their hotel, their meals, so that they can be with that self-advocate. But it's an excellent program, and it really does change people's lives. It helps them become a stronger, more confident person. And Daniel, I remember Leah, she just really sort of blossomed. In the beginning, she didn't say too much, but in the end, she really gained a lot of friends in that class. And, and she was really proud that you went there and that she was then part of the class. But sometimes it happens that way. The first person in a marriage changes so much that the second person said, well, I want what he had, or I want what she got out of that class. So then they apply the next year. And it really has changed people's lives. And my role is to promote this all over the state, to talk to radio stations and to talk to newspapers and to social workers and to clinics. If you have anyone that's overwhelmed with raising a child, or anyone that's on the verge of being a leader in the self-advocate community, they should take this class.
I would like to really add. Sherry, thank you. I've been kind of like, I was gonna like promote that, for partners and tell all about the class and how great it is. But I just had to get some things off my chest a little bit. But thank you for trying to get me back on track, Sherry. I think, partners definitely is a good place that change your life. I've seen a lot of people that come in there and be like, wow, they haven't been listened to. They try everything. And when you learn so much about this class, in this class, you'd be like, oh, I'm a better listener. I'm a better father. I'm a better advocate. I can actually have a voice and know what I'm talking about. I could run for office. I could do anything. That's what this class results is all about. And that's what I've met throughout these partner people. And they stay in the business, they stay in the class and advocates. But that's one thing that motivates me about this class is you could do anything if you put your mind to it. And I met a lot of parents that I'm friends with in the class. And, they take me places. I had a good bond relationships with them. But you guys should take the class. It's really good. And I guarantee you guys should sign up. And it's free. The times are basically from, you'll wake up at 7:30 in the morning if you're spending night at the hotel, and you go at 8 o'clock and get some breakfast, you know. And then there's, you know, it's an all day thing to 9 p.m. It's on Friday, and on Saturday it's to like 3:30 or 3:30 on those days. So it's a full weekend with fun presenters that you're gonna learn a lot from. My favorite presenter is basically the one that does the housing. You know, that's my favorite presenter, because I learned a lot about housing and group homes and where I can live, what about my rights there, you know, things like that. So it's very rewarding. So that's what I got to say. But thanks, Sherry, for getting me back on track. I had so much stuff going on right now.
Oh. Oh, Kari, are you still there?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought she left too.
So how? So Kari, so what other input would you give?
Dupree just shared that his favorite speaker was housing. And personally, for me, my favorite speaker was the ones with the Individualized Education Program, also known as IEP meetings, and just getting all the knowledge of inclusive education and how to make those meetings effective. I'm now able to have more meaningful, supportive, and positive meetings that will lead our son to educational success. Just a little over 3 years ago, we were being told that there were zero resources for this kind of behavior, tools, or any help that could be provided to us. And my son actually got kicked out of pre-K. So
Oh, wow.
we had a bumpy start to our journey, but I am happy to announce that we are in a great school district now that has been nothing but supportive, and hope to continue that through his educational career.
Yeah, but that sounds good. So,
Yeah, another thing I'd like to add for the parents that are going through for younger children too, I'm really excited to learn and teach my son to empower and to be a better self-advocate for himself, even though he is still very young. Like I said, he's going to be 7 in a few weeks, but I think it's going to be crucial to get that information and those practices in place beforehand while he is still young, so that he can be another voice in the disability community.
Yeah, that's good, Kari, because you know, I like to be an inspiration to all those little guys and little people that's going to be a self-advocate one day, and those are the future of partners in policy making. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
To come up there and you know, give their intake and be like, oh, my mom took this class, my dad took this class, you know, and I could do it too. And that's the goal of this especially with the parents advocates. And I'm looking forward to it. I still got a whole life ahead of me, so I could definitely see one of you children be in a partner's class, taking the class and stuff like that. You know, I'm only 31, so I have a whole lot ahead of me. So so yeah, I think that's the plan. I really have to give Colleen. I mean, Colleen is a wonderful, wonderful woman, and she has a lot of heart, and she cares about this community, and she cares about policy and helping people. And I try to be a face of this partners in policy making and try to advocate and use my, you know, promoting and hosting skills to tell these people how inspirational it could be to be an advocate, to be in this program, to fight for your rights, to make bills, to make policy, to change things, things like that. So I like, they invite me back every year to go speak and, try to introduce the partners thing and stuff like that. So I really glad. I hope you guys would love to be a part of it. Like Sherry said, everybody's welcome. There's no pay. Just come in there with the motivation to be a better advocate and learn all you can, because I'm gonna tell you what, it does make people a better person. It made me a better advocate. It made me stand up for myself, believe in myself, know what supports that I have, know what the right housing for me is. It made me understand myself a lot more better than I did know before I went to partners. So yeah, that's just what I have to say. I just want to just piggyback on what Kari said, because that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with Dupree too. The knowledge and confidence boost that you get from taking this class, not only as just a parent, but as a self-advocate. I was just recently promoted in my full-time job to a manager, and just showing those leadership skills, I think, is really vital in advocating for yourself and for your loved ones. So even if you're worried or scared to take the program, I would 100% say do it. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain.
Yeah.
Here, I just want to add, you are not alone in, after partners, getting a new job or getting promoted. That has happened now. You're the fourth person just in the past couple of years that is, the two others in your class has just they've gone on to new jobs. And it's because partners inspired them to have more leadership skills and also to go after what they love doing.
Yep, absolutely. I can totally see that.
Yeah, it definitely makes you a better person in a lot of areas, and I'm so glad that I became a part of partners. I was in the SALT program, Self-Advocacy Leaders Today, and they were telling me all about partners and things like that, and this didn't work out. But one day I signed up and they helped me sign up, and I got a call back from like 3 months later that I'm accepted. So it was really good feeling to be that. And I also got to perform a rap at the graduation, at my graduation party, and it was very good. I came up with a little rap. I'm actually working on a song. Colleen wants me to do a song for partners, and I'm going to talk to my producer and maybe come up with the beat, come up with a way where we can promote partners in a more artist way, a musical way. So I'm working on that right now with my producer as I'm working on my album. So I promised Colleen that I'll give her a rap song, a song for partners, so people can sing along with it. So and that's what I'm kind of working on with that. I love partners, and partners made me a better person and a better advocate. And it made me a better person. I can't say enough. It's a great program.
That's good. That's good. Well, believe it or not, when you get that done, I could air it on Hoodwave.
Okay. I'll definitely
that would be
look
awesome.
out for that when I get that. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it though. Yeah.
So as long as I'm here, it's that Hoodway Dispute Radio. I'm actually started this so that other people can actually hear, and giving people an opportunity to being able to get their voice heard. And believe it or not, I'm working trying to get into a studio. This was the only one. I guess the person that actually has the radio station, she went out of town, so I have to. So hopefully I'll be able to actually get people to actually, it'll be more comfortable actually doing things in person. And I'm more of a person. I don't like Zoom. technology. I love technology, but I don't necessarily like communicating with it. Just 'cause
Right.
it kind of.
I agree.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm
We
done with
actually
this Zoom stuff.
we
I
actually had to
really
do
am.
one of our classes on a Zoom call. It was our class with our commissioners due to COVID, and I do have to agree, it was so difficult.
Yeah. I don't learn well on this type of platform. I really don't. I'm a hands-on type of person. You
Me
know what
too.
I mean? I like to be in front. I like to be in person. I learn more. I understand things. It makes me more successful. But on Zoom, I just can't be the person that I want to be. You know what I mean? And but yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well, well, like I said, this is Hood Whisper Radio, and any listeners who will be listening to this podcast, you can also go to our website at www.hoodwave.org. Again, that's www.hoodwave.org. And take a listen. Go to our website, find out more information. If you want to be a guest on our show, I'd be more than happy. And so, like I said, we're going to be able to do live shows, or vice versa, podcasts actually pre-recorded, but actually being in person. Talking instead of talking through a computer.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you very much, Daniel. When we get the new class started, we might have more ideas for how we could get on your radio show again, or be in the studio and bring more people on, because people will just have a whole host of things they're about and would like to talk about advocacy.
Yeah, and I might, think about getting back in radio again. I might talk to the, director and try to see if I can work out a show and kind of raise my voice and awareness to the Hood Wave disability radio. And I'm trying my best to be a part of it, working out my schedule. But Daniel, if you want me to be a co-host on your show or a guest host, you got my contact, so you can give me a call if you want me to host something with you, and I'll definitely be doing that with you if I get the time. So I'm actually trying to work on getting back in radio. So yeah, just give me a call. And it was grateful to be on talking about partners. Great to have Kari, great to have Daniel. Sherry, it was a nice conversation with you last night. So thank you for that, and I hope everybody has a good night.
Any last words before we actually go?
I just
Sherry,
want
you
to.
have the last word.
Go ahead, Sherry. Sherry, did you have something?
Uh-oh.
You have the last word, Kari.
I just wanted to thank you, Dan, for having me here on Hood Wave Disability Radio. And like I said, I encourage all of you self-advocates, parents of children or loved ones, to go out there and really just apply for it. No matter what your gut's telling you, apply for it. I promise you won't regret it.
Yeah.
All
Sherry?
right.
I think Kari said it all.
Oh, okay.
Good work, Kari.
Thanks, Sherry.
Yeah.
Have a good evening, everybody.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
You
Good
too.
evening.
Thanks, Daniel.
Hey,
Thanks,
you're
Daniel.
All right. Bye, Sherry.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hey, this is Hoodweed Display Radio, and thank you for listening. And this will also be aired on WFNU Frogtown Community Radio. Please enjoy. Thank you very much for listening, and hopefully we'll hear from you guys again, and stay in touch. And thank you for listening.